Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Blessed are you, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who has given us the Sabbath as a special day of rest.
To be here, to hear the music, to dance, and to engage in this celebration from a Hebraic point of view, which is the biblical point of view. And I really appreciate Richard and Peggy Booker and what they're doing. Jewish roots are not optional. That's the very foundation of our faith. When you become a believer, Galatians 3:29 says, if you belong to Christ, you're Abraham's seed. So we who are Abraham's seed cannot be indifferent to Abraham's land. And so we need an Israel connection. Absolutely. And we also need Christian-Jewish relations, because a natural relationship that we have with the people who wrote the book. And we better reach out and build relations with them because we have so much to learn from them. And that's my subject this evening. What we have to learn from the Jewish people because they wrote the book and they have biblical thought, which we need to be able to comprehend, because every time we open the Bible, we don't think Hebraically or biblically, because you and I have been influenced by Western thought, by Roman and Greek thinking, by British thinking through our school systems. And so there's a different world that we engage every time we open the book. In a sense, we need to go through a cultural transformation and learn how to think Hebraically, because the roots of Christianity run so very deep into that Jewish soil. Some 80% of the Bible is the Old Testament, the Hebrew Bible. That's the Bible of our Lord. And even the remaining 20%, though it's in Greek dress on the outside, the thought forms are profoundly Hebraic. But how do you think Hebraically? How do you get inside the mind of those who wrote the Bible? Well, we have been engrafted into Israel, and so these are matters of utmost importance. Because they don't join us, we join them in the plan of God. We haven't been engrafted into Israel. And Israel is the root that supports us. Romans 11:18. And so we have a new history when we come to faith. We come into Israel's history. And we are a people, therefore, who must humbly and appreciate this book written through God's mercy as a vehicle of revelation to us through the Jewish people. And we come to understand and appreciate the teachings of our Jewish Lord, which the only way we can access is through understanding His world and the thought forms of His world. And therefore, when we have a biblically Hebraic mind, differences from what we see out there in the church today as influenced by the Western world more and how we think biblically. And so that's what I want to lay out before you tonight. Hebraic holism, Holism. Holism means the Bible hangs together. There's a unitary way of thinking and living which is baked right into the Bible. But the influence that we have all around us has tended to be a dualistic kind of thinking. And because the church went through de-Judaization and Grecianization, and because some of the earliest people who articulated Christian theology were people who were profound philosophers and brought with them their baggage from Platonism and Neoplatonism, very often the Bible began to be thought through thought forms which do not reflect the Semitic world of those who wrote the book. Dualism has had its impact, and people began to, for instance, stress the soul and give emphasis on the soul and neglect the body and deprecate the body.